Hey, what's going on, people? It's Nicky No King, and today I got you guys a video on the future of ESO and why I'm worried about it. Right, but to start it off, we know that ESO isn't going anywhere. ESO will never die. It's this People love this game. We have multiple years with this game. This game has a lot of place in people's hearts where it's not a bad game at all, but there's decisions that's being made that I disagree with and that I think need to change in order for this game to really prosper. Because I think this game should be the number one MMO based on the combat and what it has behind it. But there's been a lot of balances and decisions and a lot of just directions that I don't think we should go. So let's talk about it. So to start it off, since about a couple years now, we've been having a declining player base, and we haven't been able to reach back those numbers. Right, end game people are leaving, veteran people are leaving, YouTubers are looking for a new game to play, and this game just isn't stable with balance wise. And every couple months, the whole game will change, and there's a new meta, and there's new sets that you need to farm, and a lot of people are tired of doing that. They get aggravated. Oh, I gotta farm these sets again. Like for me, I really run the same thing, and I don't really want to run meta, and I mainly PvP, so I don't really get hit by it that bad. But still, you still have to do something every patch to make sure your build is good. Even though I don't even run the sets that are being nerfed, skills will be nerfed, or they'll change passives, and it's just a lot of stuff that doesn't need to happen. Because I'll say, if you want to go a direction, just go that direction and don't stop. Stop going back on it. Stop going to the left. If you want a direction, just keep going that direction. And if you keep going back and backpedaling, it's just not gonna be right. Because if you're not committed to the decision, why would the players be committed to the decision? Right? And that goes to the crown store. A lot of the rewards that we can get in endgame PvE, is available in it looks kind of a little bit different, but it's in the crown store too. Stuff like that shouldn't be in the game, because those people who went hard, got the trifecta, and did all those things in those dungeons and trials and things, you literally just shit on them, because now you can buy it and it looks a little tiny bit differently. Like they had a that was their thing. Okay, I got this from doing this, and no one else can get it. But then you put it in the crown store. That just leaves a bad taste in their mouth. And then we have a lot of things in the crown store that shouldn't be there. Like, come on, like skill respect and stuff like that. Come on, you're just really preying on new players. Like, you just take it out. It's not like you're making. I'm pretty sure you're not making no money on those. Like, you could have put that time into something else. I understand this is a business. I understand that you need to make your money. So I don't have a problem with the crown store. Really, it's just that how you utilize it. It shouldn't be, oh, okay, you can get this in PvE, but also you can get this in the crown store. It should be, you can get this in the crown store, and then you can get this other separate thing in PvE or PvP or whatever. It shouldn't be that, oh, I can just pay for it. Like getting Undaunted, getting Fighters Guild, getting those type of things, I don't have a problem with that at all, because I don't have the time to be farming Undaunted, Fighters Guild, Majors Guild, all these other skill lines. I'm actually happy for that. That's pay for convenience, because I'd rather spend the money and then have the time and then not have the time. That's just me. A lot of people find that really weird, that, oh my gosh, you can buy Undaunted. It's not that bad, man. It's not that bad. But with the mythics and stuff, people call that pay to win. I don't really understand it, because if you really want to take this game to the next level, you gotta buy the DLCs. This isn't a free to play game. This isn't a game where that is. It's just not it. In order to get the sets, in order to get the mythics, you gotta pay. If you want to call that pay to win, which it is technically, but it's not really that important to me, because if you want to be the most effective, you gotta buy the DLCs. It is what it is. You know, in order to get the Citric Order, you need Somerset. In order to get Jewelry Crafting, you need Somerset. It is what it is. You know, it's a business at the end of the day. So I understand it, and I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's pay to win, no, because it is what it is. It's a business at the end of the day, right? So with the new players that are coming in, and it's also catering to them, I don't think that's a good idea, because if you cater to them, they will never learn how to play the game effectively. They're just gonna light attack and do things that really shouldn't be done. Like, you can't teach somebody in PvP how to just cheat. You can't cheat PvP. You can't cheat end game trials and stuff. You can't cheat that. You have to learn it. There's no shortcut. You can't give people a shortcut, because they'll never learn it for themselves. Right? You can't teach somebody when to block, when to roll dodge, how to heal through damage, how to kite. You have to show them. You have to say, okay, you do it like this, you do it like this. In certain situations like this, you do it like this. See, there's no tutorials like that in game for players, and not a lot of people go to YouTube to learn these things, because not a lot of people, most of the people who play ESO don't go on YouTube. I'm pretty sure. Probably like, I don't know, I don't want to give a percentage, but majority of people who play this game don't watch YouTube. They just don't. They just quest, have fun. A lot of people have struggled with veteran dungeons, because they have not, from going from normal to veteran hard mode on a dungeon is a huge difference. And stuff like that should be taught. Okay, this is how you do rotation. You need 5P sets. You need this. I know you have the 5-star gear bonus stuff on the top right of the character screen. Come on, you gotta do better. If you, instead of catering to new players, you should teach new players. Because if you teach them, you don't have to hold their hand. You can't hold people's hand. Right? And then for the vets, right? They give you situations, and they give you solutions to the problem, and you shut them out. Then they get ignored and they leave because they said, I'm not appreciated here. They don't take my words seriously. I give feedback, they ignore it. Why would I say anything? That's why I don't really, go on the forums and be like, hey, this needs to be fixed, because I don't want to just yell into an empty cave. I'm not, it is what it is. I'll make this video about it to really have a detailed approach and to really break it down, because I'm not trying to complain here. I'm really trying to help, because I like this game. I don't want to see it go. I know how much time I put into this game, because I care. I see a lot of people leaving. I see a lot of people, man, I forget this. I'm done. I'm not putting no more time into this, and I understand it. So I don't blame them for doing that. But I see it that there's still potential. Of course, there's still potential. It's ESO. Like, come on. Right? So just listen to the people who are in the end game, because they know they want the best for the game. Like, everybody's gonna have a different opinion, but at the end of the day, they want this game to be great. No one wants to see this game fail. At least the people who are end game and are invested to it. Of course, there's negative people and stuff like that that just want to hate, but some constructive criticism is key. You need people like that to tell you this is wrong, this is messed up, you can't do this, right? Because there's no reward system that is structured for PvP or PvE, because PvE, you get sometimes you don't even get a mount or something from certain things that you do, like trifectas and stuff. And I'm surprised. I feel like every trifecta, every hard mode, but every trifecta should get something really big, because that's a huge goal. Not a lot of people are gonna hit that. And people are gonna see that, okay, I can go towards that. But then they see that same thing in the crown store. Oh, I can just buy it. That's not a good mindset to have, right? So you shouldn't be putting that stuff in the crown store. Nah, man, shouldn't do it, right? And then every patch, you release a broken set, right? And people use it, then you nerf it 6 months later just because it's the new patch and you want people to I guess you want people to buy the DLC. Like, come on, what type of? You should have content in there that people want to buy, not they buy it because the set is overpowered. That's not right. You don't do that, right? And for the PvP community, we have been not have any content for over 5 years now, right? And a lot of times, I understand when people say that PvP doesn't make any money, which is true, but we have nothing to spend our money on. There's no content I can go buy with my money right now, with my PvP dollars, whatever you want to call it. I can't buy a PvP expansion. I can't buy a PvP zone because there is none to buy. I can't buy anything. So, you should, if you want to test it out, just release a small something really tiny and see if the PvPers buy it, because they will. I spent a lot of money on this game. I know a lot of PvPers, they spend money, say they don't have to go to PvE. Right? Especially with crowns and those things. Right? And then these bugs, they kind of have to stop, man. Like, they have to, because you release a new patch, it's bugged up with all these bugs. People gonna leave. People come to the patch to play it. I took a 3-month break. There's a new patch out. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna see what's wrong. But they can't even log in. They can't even use skills. I switched to PC not to deal with this anymore. Right? But grass is never greener on the other side, right? It's better though. It's way better. Way, way better. So that's why I'm not really like, oh my gosh. It's way better, but it still needs to be fixed. You released it. You should test it before it comes out. I don't see no excuse for that. I'm not a coder, I'm not a dev, but I don't see no excuses for releasing something that's gonna break every time. Like, every time? You can't test this out with your content creators or people you trust beforehand? I don't really agree with that. Right? So this is my Future of ESO. I hope DOS hears this and sees this and really takes another turn in a good direction, because a lot of people like this game. I like this game. I want to see it succeed. And in 2023, if you keep this up, a lot of people are just going to leave. So y'all have a good one. One love.